Hello, my name is Travis Drake. Welcome to my final presentation as I prepare to receive my master's degree in Education and Human Resource Studies, specializing in adult education and training. Today, I am going to share with you some of the reflections I've had as I've journeyed through this AET program. Today, I'm going to share with you some of the key ideas, concepts, and experiences that I am applying and will be applying as I look to have a career change to get into the field of education. But before we dive in, I wanted to share with you a few of my passions so you get to have a better idea of who I am. First of all, I'm a husband of 16 years. We have 4 perfect children. I'm a huge Seattle Seahawks fan and an avid outdoorsman. I really hope you enjoy my presentation, and I look forward to the feedback. Thanks. Education is important to me. My father is the first member in his line to get a college degree. Not only did he get a bachelor's degree, he earned his master's and 2 PhDs. He taught and instilled in me the importance of education. Not only did his decision to pursue education affect me, it'll affect generations to come. My father has 8 children. Between me and my brothers and sisters, we have 4 associate's degrees, 4 bachelor's degrees, 2 master's degrees, and a PhD. I also hope to be able to instill this love and desire for education onto my children as well, thus continuing the line. The circumstances that brought me to Colorado State are as unique as my journey. I have a 15-plus year career in sales, sales training, and sales management. I have excelled at many levels. In the past few years, I've had a strong desire for change. As I reflected on where the greatest satisfaction in my career has come, it was in teaching and training customers, co-workers, and employees. I knew I had affinity towards these activities. What I lacked was the skills, structure, and sound theory to base the next stage of my professional career on. This led me to the Adult Education and Training program at Colorado State University. I found CSU and I took the leap. The leap of faith exercise is a great analogy of my journey. I had climbed as high as I could, or wanted to in my current career. I had options. I could remain, climb back, or I could make a leap towards something new. The scariest part in my journey was taking that leap. One of the first aha moments I had in the AET program was when I read this quote from Elias and Merriam. Theory without practice leads to an empty idealism, and action without philosophical reflection leads to mindless activism. This is what I was hoping to get from my experience at CSU. I didn't want to jump into my career in education through mindless activism. I also didn't want to leave school with empty idealism. What I want to show you in this part of my journey is how CSU helped give me the theory, practice, and philosophical reflection I needed to move forward in my professional career. The first third of my journey really got me focused on adult education theories and practices from a broad view. I was able to begin developing my own teaching philosophy and also reflect on the experiences I had in education. I thought a lot about the positive and negative experiences I had with different teachers and trainers. What was it that separated the good ones from the bad? I had a breakthrough on this thought process as I worked on an assignment for AET 520, Adult Education. As I performed my program visit, I was interviewing one of the faculty at the LDS Institute of Religion in Ogden, Utah, Scott Anderson. He said something that was very poignant. He said, "I teach students, not information." I've reflected on that statement often, and I'm convinced this is the philosophy that separated the good teachers from the ones that I enjoyed less. This statement has also helped me to put the other theories and principles learned in the AET program into perspective. Scott went on to say, "My learning activities are not for entertainment, although we have fun. They are for application. I need to teach my students how to form their own opinions and put principles into practice." This really helped me to be able to see that being a subject expert and being passionate about content and even planning enjoyable activities only go as far as understanding and making a connection with your students. Helping people reach their goals and potential is what being an effective educator is all about. The second third of my program had two major themes. Number one was Introduction to Research. Number two was Experiential Learning. I worked with a startup corporate training company called QWorks to provide proof of concept that directed, reflective writing leads to inspired, deep learning. The Introduction to Research course was essential in leading me through the process of identifying the area of focus, gathering background and rationale, and determining the research methodology. By focusing on the micro level and building to the final conclusion, I was able to create solid data they could use as they build and market their company. I definitely see research as part of my future. The Experiential Learning course was the highlight of my journey. I loved the setting, and especially the interaction with the other students. After 2 semesters online, it was fantastic to interact with others who were on the similar course that I was. The instruction from Dr. Foley's and Dr. Kaminsky was world-class. What a treat it was to be able to be tutored by published thought leaders in experiential learning. For me, experiential learning made complete sense. It took abstract thoughts and visions I had of what I thought effective facilitation and teaching should be, and it gave me form and structure. I've been able to apply these principles in my customer trainings at work, as well as in my teaching and my Sunday school class at church. I would definitely recommend this course to every student who attends the AET program. Coming back to my analogy on the leap of faith, it is important to note that I was wearing a safety harness. Not only is this a flattering fashion accessory, it is there to catch you if you fall short on your leap. Taking this leap into the AET program was hard. I still had my demanding sales job, I still had my wife and children that needed my attention, and all the other unforeseen things life can throw at you. During fall semester, everything came to a head. I found myself way behind at school and couldn't see a path to catch back up. I felt like I had made the leap and was going to miss. Lucky for me, Dr. Leanne Kaiser was my safety harness. She didn't lower the standards for me. She helped to pick me up and frame the tasks and give me the personal attention and help I needed. This is one of the biggest lessons I learned on being an effective teacher. Had she not been my safety harness to prevent my fall, I wouldn't have been able to maintain my course and finish this stage of my journey. This has also helped to define one of the key goals in my philosophy as a teacher and trainer, and that is to pass on the patience and caring to my future students. Thanks, Dr. Kaiser. A few months before I started this master's program, I interviewed for a sales training manager position. During the interview, I was able to give a couple presentations and training to the hiring panel. I thought I nailed it and was going to get the job. The feedback on why I wasn't hired was that although they were impressed with my facilitation skills, they decided to go with someone who had experience with instructional design. So I was very much looking forward to this course, so I could add that arrow to my quiver. What I found in the course was that the company I interviewed with was right. I had no idea what the process was for instructional design. This course was great for breaking down instructional design into foundational steps to make all the puzzle pieces come together. I was able to make this project real-world applicable as I worked with the VP of Sales from Assurix Health, the company I currently work for, to revamp their initial sales training program. As the light at the end of the AET tunnel is getting bigger, I feel like a rookie who has a playbook and needs reps. Unlike many of my fellow students, I am not in a teaching position. My top goal is to find a professional training job that I can use the playbook in. This will solidify the theories and models I have learned into skills to benefit my students. I also will be keeping up with industry updates through the American Association on Training and Development. A few years out, I would like to begin looking into academia and possibly beginning to teach some courses. One of the things the AET program has taught me is how broad the field of adult education is. I've also come to realize how much need is out there. I want to find local ways to be involved and to pay it forward. Throughout my sales career, I have been exposed to some really poor sales models. I would like to begin working on my own model that I could eventually market. Finally, I would like to return to my roots. I graduated from Weber State University with a bachelor's in technical sales. I would love to return as a faculty and help give students the same or even a better experience than what I had in that program. And finally, I would like to take my sales model and start a training consultant company. This would be the culminating step in combining my sales experience with the lessons, theories, and models I have learned as I have earned my master's in education in human resource studies, specializing in adult education and training from Colorado State University.